Welcome back, golfers. The last video I put out, we talked about that lead elbow. Today we're going to continue that talk, but I'm going to give you some drills to help train that lead elbow to move and release the club like we want to in the golf swing. So in this video, we're going to focus on the drills that we can use to make using the lead elbow successful in your golf swing, be able to change the pattern so that we can start getting release in our golf swing, and it'll help you be able to control the ball better. So let's shift right into our drills. All right, so now we're going to get into our drills. So the first drill we're going to have is just to help find the golf ball, feel the position, and just start working on the release position and takeaway. So what we're going to do is take two alignment sticks. One's going to go just on the inside of that golf ball. Aim it towards where you're trying to hit it to. Go in that direction. The second one is going to be about a yard behind it. We're going to put it, so if the club's sitting here, we're going to bring it about a yard behind. We're going to set up that club just like it would sit normally in our hands there, and then we're just going to shove it into the ground. That's going to set our backswing plane so that we don't get too inside. So what we want to see is that club working on the outside. When you do that, make sure your hands can't hit the top of this. So that's why we give ourselves a yard, so I can't get my hands to hit here because that could injure you. All right, so from here, we're just going to hit some short pitch shots. So kind of parallel to parallel. You can go a little bit higher, that's okay. Just trying to keep it short. Working on that elbow position, aiming back first. Nice good balance in the position in our feet. V's going towards that trail shoulder. Really important there. And physically go down and look at that grip and make sure those V's are going to that shoulder. It's the easiest way to make a change is to physically look at it and then just tell yourself don't change it, because you will fiddle it, your grip back to where you're comfortable. But let's try to just keep it right where it should be. V's going towards that shoulder. Now, looking at it, okay, they're right there. Now I'm gonna take it back, elbows aiming backwards, and we're just gonna take it back there to there. When we finish, what we're looking for is that lead edge to be vertically up. And we want to feel a little bit of release in there so the hands can just release on through. If you struggle with finding that position and you keep wanting to hold, or you struggle with this position on the backswing, go back a step and physically pause on the backswing. So if I physically pause on the backswing, okay, there, lead edge is up, elbow is down, wrist is flat. Now from there, what we want to feel is that we can just work on through. Hopefully that body's working, it's not just all arms. Lead edge is vertical, shaft is going down our toe line, body's turned. I want to see toe up, knees together, weight off that back foot when we're doing this. So it was a great drill to work on while you're warming up. Just hit 10 to 15 shots where you're just trying to create connection in the body. This takeaway is going to feel like you're moving your hips first, shoulders will follow, hands will follow. Not really creating too much set right here, just a little bit of wrist set. Club, the hands should be sitting right on the outside of your pocket when you get to about there. We don't want to be way out here, just right there, and then we'll create our width from there. So short little pitch, elbow down, with a little release, maintaining your posture, good finish, weight off that back foot. So we're just getting that good turn coming through using those hips. A lot of this is from your core movements, your rotation in your trunk, rotation in those hips, the twisting, and the movement, good footwork we've worked on a lot from our other videos. So if you haven't checked out those, I highly recommend working out that footwork. So this is one of those little areas where we're just kind of fine-tuning positions in our body, connect the upper body to the lower body, but you gotta get that lower body working right so we're not just throwing arms at it. All right, so second part of this, we just go L to L. Left elbow aiming down on the backswing, left elbow aiming down on the follow through. Hands are right in front of that lead shoulder. When you finish, that shaft should be angled back behind you. That'll help get that club back to the inside and bring that elbow down. What we don't want to see is this. So we want to get it right there, right hand. We're releasing through the forearms, a little bit through the hands. Hands are really going to control what the face is doing. So it's a lot through those forearms, and the hands kind of control how that face is going to release. So then the last part of that drill, so we went from short to higher to L position. Now we're going to full swing. And same idea, you can pause at the top if you want, but the main idea is be elbows down at that finish, and everything's releasing over as we come down through. Don't move through a part of that until you get it down. So if you can't get this part right, don't move up to L position, or if you're struggling with L, especially with that elbow release, don't move into the full swing until you get that part. It could take you some time to get used to it. It's a new movement. The elbow's in the right spot at the beginning. Hopefully it'll be in the right spot when you come in. It is easy to roll that elbow. Like if your shoulders go flat, elbow is going to start aiming out in front of you. Hands will get behind because you're trying to pull the club back behind you rather than turning the body out in front with the elbow down. Hopefully when you're feeling this drill, that connection just starts to happen. If your pattern's to pull to the inside, it's something you're going to have to fight, and it's going to be a new feeling to feel like everything's moving more underneath and up and elbow down with that connection through that lead side, especially when you're at setup and then working back into impact and release. All right, so the second drill we're going to do today, we're going to work on the feeling of using our lead side on takeaway with that proper elbow position, and then kind of translate it back into our golf shot swings. We don't need a ball to start with this. So what I'm going to have you do is take the club in your lead hand, looking down, see those two knuckles staring back at you without moving your head. From there, the trail hand's going to be on the hip. We're going to take the club back, that lead elbow. So lead elbow is aiming behind me, a little bit of openness in that forearm. Now the next move, now we're connected, we're going to be left hand's going to work back. You can pause it at toe up position if you'd like. If you watch my hips, hips are going to start that movement. Shoulders are going to follow, hands are going to follow that. Club is right in front of the belly button. From there we'll go up to L position, right there, elbows down, flat lead wrist, and then that's aiming that shaft right to the peak of that trail shoulder, and we'll come up and we'll set. Okay, so from here, elbow still aiming down, we're going to practice our transition right there. There's our transition. Knees are squaring up, elbow still aiming down right there, a little bow in the body. Shaft will then plane towards the golf ball. There you go, plane towards the golf ball, flat lead wrist, elbow aiming down. Then we're going to bring our trail hand, we're going to put it on the grip, and then we'll work on releasing through, feeling that elbow back behind us, maintaining that connection through the armpit as we come through, and that will allow us to get the right release. Now, if you struggle with any of this, simple trick you can do is just take your sleeve or whatever you got, or even a glove, put it inside that armpit, and that'll kind of create some tension in there. I don't love that feeling because I feel it's too tight when you're actually swinging, but if you've been working with a lot of space in between that arm, then yeah, it'd be a good idea just to practice, create a little bit of that feeling like I got to keep everything in, which will allow the body to connect with the rotation of the upper body and the hips. So from there, we can do this with hitting a ball, you can do this without hitting a ball. So we'll do it without hitting the ball first. We're going to go all the way to the top. There, connected, transition, hand back on, and release. So if we do it a little bit faster, we can do it with a golf ball, get set up, left hand takes it away, set, elbows aiming down, transition, hands on there, and then release. Really good way to practice that in that sequence. Very similar to our 1, 2, 3 drill we do a lot, but now we're doing it using our lead side to put us in a very strong position. We transition with our lead side, then the trail side comes in to help us with the release. And that's how our golf swing really should be functioning if we are doing it correctly. So from there, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go in just to the backswing with just our lead hand. So we're gonna go up to the top, just our lead hand, elbows aiming down. We're gonna bring our trail hand on there, and now we're gonna go ahead and swing from that position. Those pause positions really help with getting the lower body to initiate first. So next part of this, both hands are now gonna be on the grip. Real soft touch in that trail hand. Left elbow still aiming back. Connection in those armpits you should feel. Now we take it back. Left arm's doing the work, or lead arm's doing the work. We're gonna pause at the top. Then work on through. Hopefully you're getting that nice elbow down position. Okay, so from there, if you get that down, now we should be able to work into our normal golf swing. So get set up. Still gonna have a nice soft touch in that right hand when we're first doing this though. Good connection in the armpit, elbows aiming back. Okay, elbows aiming back down towards the ground on the backswing. And then swinging on through. So the drill number 3 I really like is called the Tommy Fleetwood drill, I call it. And if you ever watch Tommy Fleetwood's swing, he finishes in a position where his hands are basically at his shoulders. He finishes kind of there. He doesn't fully go back and around his head. Really good way to create width and really feel where that elbow's at and that connection through that lead side. So if we do drill number 3 to finish up, and it's a good way to practice too, maybe the beginning of our session or at the end. We just stay into get into our good posture, elbow aiming back, thumbs V's to the right shoulder or the trail shoulder. Now when we take it up and then finish on through, we're trying to hold posture, shaft kind of coming out our shoulders, and then our lead elbow is aiming down. Really good way to self-check yourself if you're in the right spot. And always good footwork, light back foot when you finish. Golfers, hope you can implement those drills into your practice and help it so you can have better connection in your body with your arms and the club as you move through the golf ball. Remember, if your feet aren't working, your swing's not working. Catch you guys next time.